So the MCU's Spider-Man actor Tom Holland recently sat down in an interview to reveal which Spider-Man movie he has watched the most, and the answer might actually surprise you. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of Marvel, DC, horror, any of that good stuff, then you might be in the right place. Consider subscribing to the channel, because that's pretty much all we talk about, and it really does help support us and reach more listeners like you. Thanks so much. Let's get into it. So whatever you may think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's version of Spider-Man, Tom Holland is becoming a bigger and bigger actor every year. His Spider-Man is becoming more and more beloved through each film. We know Spider-Man 4 is coming out very soon, and there's a lot of questions of whether or not we're ever going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield play their respective Spider-Man roles again. A lot of questions. But one of the questions to Tom Holland was, which Spider-Man movie have you personally watched the most? Because if you didn't know, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and even Tobey are all big Spider-Man fans. They all grew up reading Spider-Man comics, and with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, they actually got to grow up watching Spider-Man movies. Of course, Tobey Maguire's movies. With that being said, Tom Holland did go on to say that he grew up watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, but the one he actually watched the most was Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man. He said, "I have not seen a movie in the cinemas more times than that film. There's no other film I've seen more than The Amazing Spider-Man. I must have seen it like 5 times in the theaters." Which is very interesting because The Amazing Spider-Man does have some issues and a lot of people really don't like it. But I myself, who was hoping for a Spider-Man 4 and was hoping for a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire back in the day, when we got The Amazing Spider-Man, I went into it pretty skeptical with some pretty high standards, and Andrew Garfield absolutely delivered. And Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man, and I've been saying that well before Spider-Man No Way Home. So it was really cool to hear Tom Holland talk about Andrew Garfield and give Andrew Garfield some love. And I could understand seeing that movie so many times in theaters. It was like a new incarnation of Spider-Man, a new interpretation of Spider-Man that was different than Tobey's, And not that it undid Tobey's, not that it was necessarily better than Tobey's, just that it was different, it was new, it was a little bit darker, it was definitely springboarding from the success of the Dark Knight trilogy and kind of going for something maybe in between that and the original Spider-Man films, and I just personally loved it. Sounds like Tom Holland would agree with me. What do you guys think of The Amazing Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man? And what do you think about Tom Holland's comments? Are you surprised that The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is actually the Spider-Man movie he has watched the most? I was kind of anticipating him to actually say Spider-Man No Way Home, even though that's the one he's in. I just figured maybe because he's such a big Spider-Man fan and he grew up loving both versions of Spider-Man, Andrew's and Tobey's, that maybe he would just geek out and just watch Spider-Man No Way Home on repeat. But I was wrong. It's The Amazing Spider-Man. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. We always love to hear your thoughts and perspective. That will do it for today's video. If you're a Spider-Man fan, please give this video a like and comment down below which one is your favorite. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great day.